All right, we are live. Welcome. This is Andre from Overcoming the Odds down here in Jacksonville, Florida, and we are getting ready to get right into it as far as how to create social engagement using Facebook. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner or you like somebody who likes to promote different types of events for whatever it is, maybe communities, charities, whatever it is. Too, we want to just teach you some ninja ways too, and some ways that you're probably overlooking using Facebook. And something what Neil and I had mentioned earlier too. People always have to jump into different new platforms involving social media, but there's nothing wrong learning to just sit and mastering one type of platform, whatever it is that you like. So something that we're going to be teaching you guys that we've learned from 6 and 7 figure earners throughout the home-based business profession. And again, results not typical from what we're about to share because obviously results they do vary, but they are very possible once you do set a clear outcome of what you want. But before any further ado, let's go take it out there to the UK.
Hey guys, it's Neil Ensign here from the UK. Currently 11 p.m. my time, but always have to be here on a Friday evening to try and bring you guys some value. So, what we're going to be talking about tonight is, how to create engagement within social media. Plenty of people talk about you need to use social media if you want to have a business because this is where everyone's at. But so many people don't know how to use social media, how to maximize the power of social media in order to build their business. So we're going to be going through little things that you can do, to increase your engagement, especially on Facebook. This is the main one we're going to be talking about tonight because Facebook is the big fish when it comes to building your business online. Pretty much everywhere is using Facebook. In fact, I'm going to probably say everywhere is using Facebook. Maybe not everyone, but any business is using Facebook. I've even been to football matches and they're using Facebook. Everyone's using Facebook. So we're going to be talking about that tonight. I won't take up too much of your time, so I'll send it across to you, Patricia.
Hi guys, my name is Patricia Henry, and I'm here with my business partners here on Overcoming the Odds. And we're going to be discussing, like I said, some social media platforms, primarily Facebook, and what it takes to make contact with people that from all over the globe. We know Facebook, I'm not sure on the stats of how many users there are on Facebook, but let's say there's a billions of them, right? And we can't reach every single person, but how do we engage with the immediate audience that we want to target? So we're going to discuss that tonight.
All right, all right. And this is kind of going to be kind of fun because it's kind of funny since you just pay attention to where we're all coming from. How do you think we get a chance to get a chance to talk to each other throughout the week using the Facebook inbox? I know there are other different apps out there. I think it was WhatsApp. WhatsApp, if I'm not mistaken, is something that you can talk to people through different parts of the world too. But I mean, when you just have something that's basically just kind of like based in almost in the sense like home base. And since we've also noticed that Facebook is almost like trying to take over the internet, because most people, not just the United States, around the world, have some type of a profile, even if it's not that many friends on there, you're not on there that much, but more than likely you might have a Facebook account. So some of the obvious too that some people like to do once you do have a Facebook account, I'm going to just get right into screen sharing. And something I know before we got live, Neil and I, we've mentioned this just briefly before we got in the way live. But once you do, uh, again, for those that are entrepreneurs, something as simple as just filling out this information right in here. The life events. You have to put everything to, but if you want to let people know something about you or like something right here with the details, why not put that in? It's kind of just, they know. Obviously, the people on this panel they know who I am, but I mean, this is exactly as simple as it gets. It doesn't have to be like a long paragraph. You can put whatever you want, nicknames or whatever. Just put in here, something as simple as that, as far as just so people can get a chance to relate with you. And I know too, as the more we go on with this too, once we start talking about some of the pictures you like to share or some quotes you like to share too. Again, doing something that will get people as far as what it is that you like to do. What are you about? Since you see the semi-pro football player, and you see obviously the picture right here, my teammates, and one of the locker rooms. Just recently had a game. This is about a month ago right here. It was a preseason game, but I mean that's something so people can relate. Oh, okay, this real person. And then this is a new update. I know you've seen this before, and this I know I'm only speaking like to the choir about this, but you can change this to obviously not only just a picture but a video now, which is pretty cool. And I'm not gonna go into too much detail as far as that, but I mean just something just to remember as far as this little stuff as far as your personal information. Put something out there so okay somebody can go and relate to you, so they can just see a little bit more about you. Because since you see perfect example, since we're here online too, people want to see something trying to define you. I kid you not, I had been doing sharing some blog posts and some videos using Google Plus, and somebody found me using Facebook. He basically hunted me down using Facebook, and he added me and he joined one of my business page as well. So I mean, you never know as far as like all the information that you have on there. Let people see that. And there's another thing too. I almost forgot, and this is something people. I see this a handful of people on Facebook. There's something simple people forget. Just if you're working a business, especially if you're in a home-based business profession, you go here, go to settings. A lot of people always forget about this. Go to privacy. Guys, if you don't have eyeballs to you, how can people be relating to what you do? Right here, posts. You have to have this on public. A lot of people forget and just have this on their friends only or only me. Put it on public. So let's say, for example, if Patricia likes something that I like, maybe let's say, okay, I'll go give you a perfect example. And this is and I have a buddy of mine too. Who let's say if she had liked this video I had on my profile right here, since Facebook did this yesterday. She likes it. Guess what? It will pop up right here on this screen. So her friends will be what? Curious as far as like, what in the world? Who is she liking? So you can go over there and then they can be like, what in the world? All they do is just sit right there, just like this, the little information tags up. They're like, oh, okay. They can go to whatever and just like it themselves, or just some people like to just get lost. They go right into this person's information, or whatever. I'm not just talking about this person, but I'm just giving you an example. It's something that simple. Yet a lot of people forget about that. I noticed that on Facebook, especially if you're an online marketer or in network marketing too offline. If you want to get more eyeballs to what you do, have that open. Don't be shy. If you're behind a closet, behind a door, then behind the door you're going to have people get to know you better and get a chance to relate to you better. And so many people do that, and it's like I kind of scratch my head too, especially when I'm not gonna lie. I've been in the home-based business profession for the last 6 years, and I've been online here about 2.5 years. I'm just sitting there like, when I'm looking on Facebook, like somebody asked a friend request. Before I even add them, I like to see that profile's information is again if it's on public, and I'm just sitting there like, why in the world is this person having all the privacy all locked up? I mean, I don't know anything about you. If you don't have any mutual friends or whatever, no offense, but after I send you a message, and I'm trying to figure out a little bit more about you before I add you. See what I'm saying? It's just trying to build some type of a rapport or something with you. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm not going to keep on going on. I'll go back to that later on too. But it's something just to keep in mind too. This is something that simple. Handful of people miss out on Facebook. They want to do all the other tricks and stuff, and we're going to get into some of those as well too. But it's something just to keep in mind as far as that. So anything else these guys want to share? Because I know they have loads to share as well. I'm going to let them do some talking as well.
Well, I'll just start off by saying, when I first started using Facebook, I thought it was your traditional market ground where you would just literally just ask a question. And I always had this perception that I would have loads of people replying to me, and you'd be throwing out your common questions like who would like to know how to generate $10,000, and all your type of questions that you think people actually want to know or people are going to raise their hand for, and you'll be surprised that people don't actually respond to that kind of thing. And I was reading, in fact, I was watching a video by another fellow marketer, and she actually said on it that so many people try something and they'll continue to try and they'll continue to try it, and rather than looking at it and thinking, right, I'm trying this, somebody else is doing it and they're having success. I'm doing this and I'm not having success. So rather than saying it don't work and walking out and quitting like most people actually do, if you actually reevaluate it and just think, okay, so this person's having success on Facebook, I'm not. What is it that I'm doing wrong? Because clearly something works because this person's having success. What is it that I'm doing wrong? And what is it that I need to change to actually have success? People have this perception that they can just approach someone. Like I could just approach Andre. I met Andre at an event. It was just over a year ago now. But if I'd literally just approached him and just started shooting my mouth off about, do you want to make $10,000 or whatever approach it is you want to do, and I've got no understanding who Andre is. I've got no rapport with him. I've got nothing, and I'm expecting him to just jump into my opportunity just because I've offered him a carrot of saying I can teach you how to make $10,000. It's no wonder you're not getting no kind of response, because people don't know you. People need to know more about you, and like Andre just said about before he reaches out, he likes to get to know someone and think, is this the kind of person I want to actually be connecting with? And this is no different. He's doing it in a way of reaching out and friend requesting them. This is no different. If you're sending a message out to someone, or if you're putting a post there, people want to know if they can relate to you. People come into the internet with a what's in it for me attitude, and everyone is no different. That's why search engines are so big, because people want easy answers and just basically just get there as quickly as possible. And if you're not answering that question, you're not answering that problem, then they're going to find it somewhere else. Now, Facebook and search engines, they're not the same thing, but Facebook's getting there. Facebook is trying to compete with Google now for a search engine. How far they are and how competitive they're getting, I honestly can't tell you. But Facebook is the new Google. How many times have you come to Facebook and just typed in a random question instead of going to Google? It's becoming quite, I'm not going to say common, because that would mean that a lot of people are doing it, but I do know people that are doing it, so it is only a matter of time before things are taking off. But what I'm trying to say is, when you're thinking about trying to get somebody to respond to your post, or if you're shooting a video or something like that, you need to understand who it is that you're serving. Instead of trying to just send a link out there and just saying, buy this, or, do you want to learn this, or, whatever it is that you do, just a common thing like, do you want to make $10,000 a month? That's usually a common thing I do actually see. I can teach you how to do this, but you've got no rapport with the person. If you want to start generating some kind of business on Facebook, you need to put some consistency in there and start getting your face out there, getting yourself known, getting people to respond to you by liking your post and maybe even sharing your post, commenting on your posts. That's the way you start building up your consistency and familiarity with people. And when you start building some familiarity, that's when you're going to be able to start taking it to the next level. You can't expect to jump from start, complete stranger to responsive customer in one quick post. It's just not going to work. If you want to build a business on Facebook, you need to start with the basics, and that is basically just putting out some regular content that people want to see, what people are looking for. Remember, what's in it for me mentality. What are people coming to Facebook? What do they want to know? If you've got your target market is network marketers, what is it that they want to know? What is it that they're looking for? Most of the time, people are wanting to know how to generate traffic and how to generate leads. So if you wrote a post that was about that and gave some great content about how to use Facebook, Google+, YouTube, whatever, then from there, you're going to get people coming to you because you've now provided valid content. So the next time you post something, they're going to want to check it out because you provided such great value last time. And that is how you start generating response, getting known for the person who provides great content. It's going to take time. You can't expect to go from start to finish, in the space of one post or even a week. It's going to take time because you're dealing with normal people. These are not people just behind a screen. These are actual people. So you need to treat it as a business. You need to post regularly. You need to build up that engagement, and then from there you can then build it to the next step. And if you think about things offline, common thing that people always say is, would you ever go up to a girl that you don't know and just ask her to marry you? And of course you're going to say no. Would you go up to a random girl and ask to take her out on a date? Yes, you would. Now, if you just went up to a random girl and says, can I take you out on a date? Chances are you're probably going to get a no, because they don't know you. So if you just says, all right, well, can I perhaps take you out for a drink or something like that? The more likely, maybe they're going to say that. It depends. There's no set thing. But if you went up, the more you're expecting from them, the longer it's going to take to get there. So if you just something similar, like, can I have your phone number and maybe I can give you a call, take you out sometime, you might get that. Maybe you won't. You don't know. But if you just ask for something small rather than the whole load of the sale. Just try something small to start off with. So maybe a Facebook like, Facebook comment, Facebook. It shares a little bit more invested, but it happens. Maybe start off with a Facebook like and then start building that consistency. But one thing about Facebook likes as well is, if you do get people that are liking your stuff, why not reach out to them too? These people are showing you that they like your content, so why not reach out to them and find out why they liked it and start looking at it that way. I'll send it across send it back over to you guys, because I've been rambling on a little bit here, but it's just food for thought. When I first came onto Facebook, I was always just posting out some stuff and trying to do what I saw everyone else doing, because I thought, well, if they're doing it, that's got to be how you do things. And that, just because it's common ground, it doesn't mean to say that's how you do things. You need to think about, would you do the same thing offline? And chances are you won't, because it's just not how you do things. So if you won't do it offline, and you wouldn't do it to your friends or whoever it is that you're trying to do it with, then don't do it online.
There's one quote I gotta share before we go and let Patricia loose, because she's had a little bit of momentum using Facebook here in the last few weeks. And this is something from, again, one of our 7-figure earners. And again, Sarah, income disclaimer, because results are not typical. Obviously, results do vary, but they are very possible. This is something that he posted, again, via Facebook. And I'm going to share this with you, so let me get this screen share, because this is so true as far as exactly what Neil had shared himself. And I'm also, too, once you pay attention to this, you might see how also this little way he uses the same thing, just to get some eyeballs to what it is that he's doing. People never want to be a part of the process, but they want to be part of the outcome. The process is where you figure out who's worth being part of the outcome. And basically, Neil hit it right on the head as far as it's not so much going to find something else, the new hottest social media platform. Why not stick to one thing and say, you know what, let me try to learn how to use Facebook, and just try to do the best I can trying to master that. So that's just what I wanted to share real quick, is keeping that in mind once you do decide to find one particular platform that you want to use, and as far as just all right, let me see if I can master this. And then you don't have to be like, you don't have to know everything exactly about it. Something that's giving you some momentum. Something that he mentioned earlier too. One of our 6-figure leaders as well within our community has shared with us, as far as reaching out to people using the message, the messenger and the inbox of Facebook. Mike Hobbs, he's mentioned that so many times as well. Like, okay, if you have somebody that's maybe liked something like that, a quote, or maybe a picture quote too, or maybe just a picture, whatever, reach out to them just to see, hey, what do you like about what I had shared or whatever. Something real simple as far as that. But I'm not going to keep on going on any further, because I want to hear what in the world Patricia's been doing to get a lot of social engagement here the last few weeks. So go ahead, Patricia.
Well, Facebook is a lot of fun. You spend maybe I spend an hour. Sometimes I have to say I spend a lot of time on Facebook to a point. I do a lot of chatting with people, like you said, social engagement. I like their posts. I go because they reciprocate back. And if you build a community, then you're every time you post something, then you're guaranteed to get a lot of likes back, at least interest. And we know if people like it, it's like you said, Andre, it'll spread out to other people. Other people will see the post, and you have it on public. And I know when I first got on Facebook, a mentor of mine, another marketer, said, Patricia, you have to put it on public. I said, well, I didn't know how Facebook worked at all. I said, well, I didn't even know it was on private. I thought, okay, when I did my first post, I thought, oh my God, it's going to go to the furthest reaches of the earth, right? But she says, no, your posts are just going on public. Only your friends can see it. So that's the first thing, especially if we're network marketers. It's like you have a store. Now, if you're a jewelry store, you're going to have that door locked, but when somebody comes to your door, you have to open it, right? Well, you need it for security factors. But if you're a regular store, you want your doors open so that people can come in because you're doing business online. So there's a few things that Neil mentioned and you guys mentioned. You have to be consistent when you're posting. You have to post interesting pictures that will attract people. You may be afraid to do videos. I know I was, so videos are important. Put up something interesting. Not too long of videos. If you're doing an instructional video and giving value, of course, you can break it up, especially if it's going to take a long time to explain. Maybe explain some one or two functions that they can do within a certain period of time that will take 1 or 2 minutes for you to explain. And then you can have a series. Come back tomorrow and I will share with you the rest of the instructions to do for said thing, right? To keep them involved and active in what you're doing. And have fan pages. I know that I saw these people's fan pages before I had my fan page, and I thought, oh my God, how can I do a fan page? This is when I was new. I did not know how to do the graphics on it. I didn't know what tools to use. I didn't know all of that. Well, now I do. So I have several fan pages that I use to attract people to my, and I'll show you those in a minute. I'm just going over my list again of things, guys, I always have a list to go over here. We mentioned quotes. You can find quotes on different platforms like brainyquotes.com, and you can use their quotes as is. I think they usually have a picture with their quotes or whatever. You can take them and overlay them over a beautiful picture that you have or something else like that. You want to, again, post consistently. I mentioned do a series of things so that people can follow you. And something simple that people don't think to do. Just ask for engagement. If you have a post, or tag people. If you already have a group of people that are following you, you have to be careful though, but when you tag them, you have to make sure that they may want that on their wall so that they see it and then they'll tag you back or like you. But usually you can put you can tag them in the comments of a post, and then they can see your post and then like it or engage in it. You can ask them a series of questions. You can ask them to comment. You can create an event for them to be involved in. You can create a challenge. Like we all have been involved in, I was with 100 videos in 72 hours. I didn't quite finish it, but I did like about 65 videos that I got up to. You can do a contest. You can do a boot camp. One of my Superwomen, I belong to the Superwomen group, or create a group that people can be in for that engagement. And people are always looking to get into a group, whether they want to post something personal. You can have, you can structure what the group is about. or what you want to achieve in that group. If it's a business group or just posting videos or pictures or whatever you have the group for, that way you can have friends of friends of friends invite their friends to join the group. Like I said, you could do a boot camp where you could have a set of a series of things that people can do within that boot camp to achieve something that you set out for them to do. And then, of course, give value. Whatever you're doing, give value, because people are not going to stay around if you don't give them some kind of a value. So these are just a few things. And then chat with them often. Sometimes I know my chat, I will have people that chat with me, and I forget, it's like my text messages on my phone. I had some and I forget to look at them, but that is a way to engage with people as well. But I wanted to show you something. I'm going to go to share my Facebook or share my screen. So I can go there, my desktop. Okay, so I'm going to go over to can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, for instance, something like this. I don't know how many I got. I didn't get that much engagement on this, but I just changing your Facebook, what is this? This is not your profile picture. This is your, what do they call this? This is your
cover photo?
Yeah, your cover photo. I took this picture a couple of weeks ago about the sunset here in the high desert. Everybody was having snow, and I just took a tool that I had and wrote beautiful across it with a heart. And I know I got a little bit of engagement, not a lot. It wasn't like hundreds of stuff, but this is one thing you can do, is changing your pictures from time to time. Changing your profile pictures, of course. I try to change those regularly. And look, this is the post that Andre made for our event. And we try to do engaging things. I've only got 3 people right here right now, but I had invited people. I don't know why that's blank right there. But I just post a series of things that I like on my wall where I get engagement. Like, this is a little baby. Babies and dogs and animals are really popular, right? She's singing Adele's song, Hello. It's really cute. I'm not going to play it right now, but, I get people that love babies. So, of course, you have to find your niche. This is from a hangout that I have. Every time I post this, I'm always getting somebody from, this is my company hangout, our company hangout. And I'm always getting people who are liking this who are not in the company, because they want to know what I'm doing. So if we post social proof like this, people are going to want to like it. I know this time I had several people that I do have to go back on. I have 32. Before, I used to post these and get nothing, but now I have like over 32 people that happen to like this post. Most of them are in the company, but there are some that have liked it because they are curious about what I'm doing. I'm going to go back and message them and ask them about that. There's one of our leaders here. You guys know Lawrence Tam, and it's the same thing, but people are posting their likes and comments on that. And last week we had an event for the company. Let me find it. With our leader, which is David Wood. And of course, here we find a lot of people who are going to be posting and liking this because they're in our company. But then every once in a while, I do get people who are posting on this because they want to know what I'm doing. And when we have our events, every time I go to an event, people want to know, where am I, or what am I doing there? So those kind of things help. I put a picture with myself. If people see that, I was not at this event, but they're going to say, well, Patricia, you're involved with this. What are you doing? And then become curious. So, like I said, these are some of the things that I post and try to keep people engaged on what's going on. Of course, we had that fire walk. I should have videotaped that. I didn't. or actually I did. I just didn't put that post up. So you just try to post things that are interesting. Results. Here's a result that I had. Empower Network. I just got paid, right? And that always fosters a lot of engagement because people want to see results on what we do. Did we get paid? I had over, almost 40 likes on this particular post. And like I said, happens to be that I do have a lot of business related things on on my profile picture. And then in between events, I just post other things. Happens to be another event. I met someone here that we were chatting. She's also in our company, but that was at a previous event that we met, and I got a lot of people who are not in the industry that liked that particular post. So let me go over to one of my fan pages. Let me go back up. And that's another thing, guys. I notice some people do not put their fan pages on their profile. If you have a business page, I put mine right here at the top so people could click on it. And when they do, they could go right over to my fan page. And from time to time, I'll go up here and click here, which has my fan page, copy and paste this, and I will put it on my Facebook wall, my profile, and say, hey, have you been over to my fan page lately? Have you liked, comment, and share? So just ask a question, and if they haven't, I haven't done this recently, but I'm just thinking about it. That's what I do sometimes, to have people come over. And as you guys know, we had Paul on. I have that at the top there, and I post other things. Again, the event that we had, and I will post different things I find about social media here, post things of value that I can get engagement from on here. Then I also have things that are non-related to business. I'm going to type it in. I have one called Earth. Let's see, it should come up right here. Earth My Home. Because I belong to a large religious community, Jehovah's Witnesses. So I get a lot of people who want to comment on this, and I get a lot of engagement on this. I also did some sponsoring through Facebook PPC, and I got a lot of, let's see, I got 2,971 people so far that have liked this particular post, or have, that's the post reach, I should say. And with that, now my engagements, this is only 12 people. I only posted this the other day, this particular video, and this one. But look, 56 people. I never got that kind of reach before. I got maybe 1 or 2 people that had liked it. And we have the stats for what's happening. This week, 75 people reached, 22. I don't know, these stats are, norm, but this is what I have so far. These are my stats over here for the week. But, you find a niche, something that is good, that you could post. This is a newscast of a young boy, and he got a new heart. So, people like that, 103 people reached with this. I never got, like I said, that kind of reach before on any of my fan pages until I did my my PPC. And I have another fan page, if I can remember it. Oh, a local fan page. If you have a local fan page, which is, if I can remember, I can't remember my fan page. It's, I think, High Desert Queen. There I am. Okay, High Desert Queen. And I boosted one of these posts too. I did a local interview with someone who has a newspaper here, and I'm going to advertise in his newspaper, matter of fact. And this is the post reach. Again, here also 291 people reached with this. So once again, I only would get 1 or 2 likes, if anything, on these posts. Now I'm getting engagement. I'm getting, the things that I post on here, mostly about horses, because I am in the high desert. We're in a area where people have horse properties. So I try to put a lot of those kind of videos on here, home improvement things, and some funny things on here as well. But I try to find a niche that will fit the local area for this particular fan page. And when I do, like this one for instance, uh-oh, sorry about that. This one was kind of curious. This biker, he comes across some, I think these are, I don't know what those are, mules or I don't know, deer or something, right? And it said, we may run into horses, jackrabbits, and coyotes on the bike trails here, but not this. So, you know, I never got 75 people reached before on a post. Once again, like I said, I got all of this because I did my PPC. It's not like hundreds or thousands of people at this point, but if I keep it up, I'm reaching an audience. Now, what I do with this, I'm going to go back to my page. If I get a significant amount of engagement, let me go back to, I'm going to unshare here. Let me know when you guys could see me. Can you guys see me or?
Yep.
Uh-oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, you guys can see me?
Yep.
Is it back or am I on the screen? Okay. So what happens with those things, I usually don't share my business link on those yet because I'm trying to build an audience. And then once I build the audience, then I'll start to just put pictures of interest up with my link, similar to someone else like Kevin Sousa, who we know, that's how he started off with getting a lot of people liking his particular business, because he would put a picture and then he put a link, and he would not put anything, click on my link, because sometimes the fan pages will not let you say that. At least that was the Facebook last year. They said that they did not want you to ask that. It has to be complete attraction marketing, where you'll have a picture or you'll have something or you'll have a link to your business, but you don't say click here, that type of thing. So it's completely random. If the person comes across your post, they happen to like the picture, and then they will click on your post, and then they discover your capture page, and there you could have a video. Like with my Instagram, I have a video, and it says, "Hi, thank you for liking my Instagram page or my particular post." And then it goes into, that's my capture page. They can fill that out, and then they can go on to, after they fill out their email, they can see the offer. So that's how I've been building my audience and my business.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, comment below too. You got back from what Patricia shared, because I know Neil and I were kind of curious about how in the world, what in the world she was doing, and how in the world she was doing it too, using Facebook, and getting people just to again see what the world that she was doing. Now we've known her long enough too, as far as the engagement part too, but we just wanted to figure out exactly a little bit more in detail as far as like what in the world she was doing. She just shared it. So another cool thing to keep in mind as well, using Facebook, and this is something that it just came to me because this happened to somebody that we met at our previous event, not this one this past weekend, but the one that I'm going to share my screen. But a couple of events ago, I was in Orlando late last year. Let me scroll down here. See this little thing right here called trending. Now, here in the United States, for those that live in the U.S., and my bad for the ones that live outside the United States, let's go to a business partner of ours, Joel, who again, Neil and I, we met. I don't know if you met him, Patricia, at the Orlando event, but he did something pretty cool, and this is a cool marketing strategy. Now, remember what I just shared as far as the trending part. So, just about, I want to say a little bit, a few weeks ago. I'll say a few weeks ago. I don't even know if it was a month ago. We had this thing with the whole Powerball thing for those that like to do the lottery. And this is what Joe did. I thought this is a cool marketing strategy. He had his ticket right here, he posted on here, and look at what he did. This is so cool that he did. He just gave a shout out to his Facebook friends, letting them know, oh, AKA call to action. You know, he said it wasn't that big of a deal. The whole lottery thing, as far as what he and his family like to do. At the time, it was $1.4 billion, and again, those that remember, it went up to I think 1.5, if I'm not mistaken, billion, and that's with a B. And this is what he wanted to do. He said, "Hey, we're not that big on the whole lottery thing around here, but I figured, hey, $1.4 billion is plenty to go around. If I win, I'll share 100% of the winnings of this ticket with every single person who likes this post, comments on this post, and shares this post on your wall. Let's spread the wealth. Good luck to all, and God bless. Let's win. By the way, if there's not enough money, first come, first serve. Oh, and send me a friend request." That is pretty genius as far as what he did as far as marketing strategy. Oh, by the way, look what he did. Not just having this call to actions right here, as far as commenting and whatnot, but look what the comments he had. Besides just having his link, which is another good thing, because he has what? And it'll come up in a little bit. But he has, oh, by the way, it's the capture page. Boom. After he did that, look at the likes he had. And this is one of our also people on our panel, Aaron, who liked it as well, and a couple other business partners that we know. Look at the likes he had. Over 4,000 likes, over 1,000 shares, and 3,000 comments. And if I'm not mistaken, and what Patricia mentioned, Paul Hutchings, who again six-figure earner, as results in that typical, so see hours earnings below. But he's on Paul's team, and I remember hearing a call Paul had, because there's a Morning Mindset call Paul likes to share every 5 days a week. He mentioned as far as his marketing strategy, Joel had, if I'm not mistaken, over 1,000 people would add him on and send him a friend request, and he's had if I'm not mistaken as well, he went from like his followers went up I think 500 people on top of the people added him. And I'm being very conservative about that number. It could have been 2,000 people. Just another way to just utilize trending, those hashtags. We're going to be getting to Instagram here sometime next week, so stay tuned as well. But that's just another cool thing to find out. Okay, the latest hottest trend, take advantage of it, jump on it. Hey, we're coming from a full marketer right now, so that's pretty cool. What's coming up this weekend here in the United States? As of in 2 days, the Super Bowl. So yes, I'm going to have something posted all over that as well to mention the Super Bowl. Oh, by the way, if you noticed earlier when I was running my mouth, you saw one of my buddies had posted something right here as far as a couple quarterbacks right now in the NFL. One of them being Cam Newton, the starting quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, and then this poor Tony Romo right there for the Dallas Cowboys. It's fun. It's funny. It's one of those memes, you like to call it. This is just a little fun and laughter. But, hey, I got some engagement as well. Of course it was LOL right there. You have fun on here sometimes. It's not always about just talking about business. Again, what Patricia mentioned, let people know about who you are. It's what I mentioned earlier, too, as far as liking to play. I got to scroll down about this now. As far as
Andre, you're perfect for that because you play football. Me, I have no idea. I was wondering who was Cam because I saw somebody who posted about Cam. Cam who? I didn't know who it was. I don't follow football, so I had no idea who he was. Thank you for letting me know.
And then before I go back up to, this is one of my games last week. Again, people want to know exactly what it is I'm doing. I'm sitting right beside one of my teammates, and boom, got some engagement, of course. People are curious as far as I didn't expect this many people engaged. I'm not going to lie. I'm just like, oh, my goodness. But to kind of add on as well what Patricia mentioned as far as, give a little love. You might get a little love back as far as liking somebody's pictures or commenting as well, or maybe sharing some of the information. It comes back around, too, because that your whatever you post, like your quotes. Perfect example. I posted some stuff, and maybe Zig Ziglar, personally Calvin Coolidge, she had a good one as well. Zig again But once you do exactly what Patricia had mentioned earlier, as far as sharing or liking some other people's posts, guess what? Whenever you post something, it comes on their newsfeed as well. No,
And also, I was going to point out too, with pictures, sometimes we think we have to have engaging pictures or engaging quotes from other people or something, but even our own story, don't forget, your own story can be very intriguing to people. And I know another leader, a friend of mine, I don't know the complete stats on everything, but I guess because now I have a following that I can post a period, seriously, just a period, and I'll have all kinds of people liking it. But I have done just text, just a story, just to tell something, and people will sit and read stuff. So you're thinking that a post or a long, engaging post might be boring to someone, but you never know how your story will attract someone, the things that you've gone through, the things that you've been through. So try doing that. And then there's another place to put stories, and I think this is a little, how do you say, underused tool, but the notes, there is a place called Notes, at least I think they're still on there, on Facebook, there where you can put notes. And I even forget about, I had posted one, or I had done one a while ago, like when I first found out about you could put something there. And it's still there. I haven't erased it or whatever, and I don't think anybody has gone there to read anything. I need to go check this out after this, this hangout to see if I got any likes or whatever. At least I haven't got any notifications on it, but you can put something there. Or if you happen to use that regularly to put things as opposed to in just your news feed, then you could utilize that for putting things that you want there as well. And maybe if there's a way to add different things from time to time, like I said, then you can use that, and people could find that information. But don't forget, your story is as totally engaging as somebody else's. And unfortunately, if you have a tragic story, that seems to be more engaging than just your average, what is the word, goody two shoes. But you just never know, because everybody has a struggle. And that's who we're trying to reach, people who have the same struggles that we do.
I was just about to say something about tragic story. Talking about engagement. It was on my business page. I know it was a few months ago. I found I had a blocked artery. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to sneak around this, try to not mention this too much. I was like, you know what? I was in the middle. We were in a mention. I know Patricia mentioned this earlier. I was as well. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's a great pattern to interrupt. Oh, we want to get to you here in a little bit, because I was going to brag on you too. But I'm glad you're here, Ian. But talking about tragic story, I kid you not, I put this on my business page. It was funny. Had to find out I had a blocked artery a few months back, so I'm like, all right. In the middle of a video challenge, I was like, just got started. I think I'm on day 2, day 3. I'm like, oh crap. I'm sitting here in the ER in the hospital. I'm like, oh crap, I gotta do something. I like to do blog posts. But I'm like, I gotta do something. I'm like, all right, I'll do a video. I have my camera with me, so I was like, all right, let me go and post this video real quick right here. Let me go and share this video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll just go and share this video. I'm like, all right, nobody will know. Oops! See this right here? There are people that are curious as far as what you're doing. Notice I did not share it whatsoever. There's no shares on it. 47 people are curious as far as what in the world happened to this guy. What in the world is wrong with him? What's wrong with Andre? So, and then all the comments or whatever. Of course, Patricia worried over there, worried as well too. I'm sitting there like, I didn't think I was gonna get this much engagement. So, yeah. Oh man, I'm laughing about it because obviously I'm fine. It's all good, all and all. But I mean, again, people want to know as far as what it is that you're doing, too. Being curious as far as what you're doing. Oh yeah, let's keep on going on. Let's keep on talking about being curious as far as what people are doing. So see, this popped out here, and I said I was gonna get to him. Let's see, what in the world Ian's up to? Who is he up to? Oh, okay, making a live. Look at this. Got some views going on, too. And people are curious as far as what in the world he's doing. Works out there in a family farm out there in the UK. I won't go too much into detail because I'll let him share about it as soon as I'm done running my mouth. Posting it out there as far as what's going out there in the farmland out there in the UK. But people are curious. They're curious. I mean, you can tell right there he knows people are curious as far as what in the world he's doing. As far as the likes too and everything too. And I know somebody had shared something as well too on here. But people are curious out here. Hey, open up right now. Something as far as be a little bit more transparent. Something that Neil and I kind of were talking about a couple of weeks ago as far as, you know what, that might be something that's, personally holding us back. So we're just going to start opening up a little bit more so just let people know as far as, okay, this is what he or she is doing, and just getting more eyeballs as far as, like, what in the world is this person doing? So come on out, Ian. It's been a while, man.
Yeah, it has been a while actually, but I just post the most random, ridiculous, I just post anything to Facebook, and it doesn't really, I'm not even trying to post to Facebook specifically trying to, impress anyone or, try and get more likes or more engagement. I just post any random crap basically, and that tends to, it's always the most, the things that you don't expect to get the most likes tend to get, the most engagement and the most, curiosity. I remember, posting something to Instagram, it was just like a picture of the floor, like just like some muddy piece of grass because of the following I built up, and it got like over 100 likes or something, and it was just like a picture of the flipping floor of the grass of the ground, and I was like, okay, well, once you can learn to freaking, build that rapport with people, they'll like basically anything, but it's like, I don't even know. I think that's what we're talking about. Are we talking about engagement? I didn't really.
Yes. So Ian, did you wash your windows?
Did I wash my windows?
Get the windows washed?
What?
See, I commented on your window when you were up. What was it? You were on the edge of a window.
Yeah, I wasn't specifically washing any windows. I was just finding a different place to do a video. I thought it would be more interesting.
It was a joke, Ian. It was a joke. It was a joke.
I know.
See, that's another thing. You have to engage with your followers. You have to. That's what we're talking about, engagement. When people do like it or people do comment, you should reply back, and don't hit the reply. I do every once in a while just the reply, but that doesn't go back up into the newsfeed. So if you want the engagement, what you do is you go to the comment part and you tag them, and then you reply to their comment. So it goes back up in the newsfeed so you can get more engagement.
Cool. I didn't even realize that actually, so I learned something new.
Yes, yes. And you have to go back and see mine. my comment, and it was a joke. So, and it was...
the thing is, I can't tell when you're actually joking or not, or whether you're actually curious. I can't tell.
You can't tell?
So sometimes it'd be like, really, yeah.
I know, it was funny. You guys have got to see him. He has a video where he's randomly talking, and it looks like he's going to jump. And that got my curiosity. What is he doing, right? I know. And other people ask, well... They were serious. They thought that you were going to do something too. I read their comments, and then that's why I lightheartedly said, so did you get those windows washed, Ian, or something? And I tagged you. So you're going to have to see that.
Yeah, sure.
See what happens when you do post something about that curiosity part when we were talking about earlier?
Yes.
You never know who's watching.
And the other thing is when you post weird things, you seem to attract weird people. So I mean, it's like just positioning yourself in a way where you're attracting like-minded people, and when you can learn how to do that, then you're set for life basically. Because when you have a following, you can it's like it's better that quote, you're better unified than it is to be right, and it's like, yeah, I'm sure you've already talked about it all night, so I'm not gonna go over too much detail, and I've not really got that much to say on it, but like, yeah.
Now, because you mentioned something right on point too that we've been implying as far as you're there on as far as attracting the people that you want to attract, And since we're still on the topic as far as what we like to talk about in this panel, I'm not going to forget about him too. We got one more person. We're going out to New Mexico. Let's see when the world Aaron's doing. All right. So he's riding around his Keanu Reeves Matrix sunglasses. Got him going on too. But see, people are curious as far as what is he doing. He's driving in motion, and he's being pretty smart. Unlike my knucklehead self, will be holding his cell phone while driving. But he did this real smart as far as having the phone set up somewhere in his car, and it's talking about time management and personal development. Again, it's genius. See, you got to share it too with it. You got some engagement. And again, as far as people, if I scroll down his timeline, it's the same thing. What in the world is Aaron doing? And then boom, he's just getting some more eyeballs as far as like, okay, see, you got the engagement going on. And oh, by the way, this is what Patricia was mentioning, guys, as far as the comments. If I were to say a comment, right, if I were to post something real quick as far as here, don't go to what she was mentioning is don't go to like this reply part right here, because this will people won't see in the timeline right here as far as exactly what it is that you're talking about. It won't go back on the main your main page and Facebook back to the top.
It won't go up into the main feed.
That's what she mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
That's what will help you to get kind of top back. It'll get back to the top of once you go right here. It will jump right back up in the top of some of the people's your friends' timeline as far as like what in the world is this person talking about. So that's what she was sharing as far as that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think another thing is when it comes across, if you're trying to get engagement or if you're trying to make people feel a certain way or do a certain things towards your videos, it's almost like if you're trying too hard, it can be kind of like to your detriment kind of thing, and it's like people kind of sniff out and sense it because they feel your body language. That's kind of like what I've kind of recognized, and it's like the more transparent and like genuine I can be and just letting my guard down and just opening up, and maybe being a little bit vulnerable or whatever, people see that you're not perfect, and so that just builds more of a relationship, and people can see people on Facebook and trying to be all perfect and all put across a perfect picture, but I mean at the end of the day nobody's perfect, and I found that that's helped me a little bit create people that are actually sticking around rather than maybe just interested in me for a couple of weeks and oh this guy looks perfect, and I don't know if you guys have found out about this, but not about this, but noticed this. When people come across your profile or come in, whatever social media platform it is, Facebook or Instagram, and are interested, and then you might get people who are really engaging in your things for a couple of weeks, and then people tend to get distracted and find something else, and then forget about you kind of thing. Whereas the more transparent and genuine I can be, I found that people have stuck around me for more than just a few weeks, and I've had people on Instagram that have been liking consistently almost every post that I've been posting for the last 6 months. So I realized that I must be doing something right there, just being transparent and genuine. So yeah.
Ooh, you better share that same information come next week, man, as far as Instagram. You can also, too, guys, if you got value from what we've been sharing, hey, comment below as well. And if you really like what we've been sharing, hey, you might as well go just like forces with us. It's $17 for a 2-week trial as far as what we shared earlier as far as using our blogging platform. So you can go and share that blog platform link and whatever you like to talk about, whatever you like to promote as well. Put it in the blog, because that's basically your home base. You have to use Facebook because we know Facebook has its own pretty much its own restrictions on certain things, certain areas. We know too with our company, it got the link for itself using the actual company link was kind of tough. About, not mistaken, probably about 2 or 3 or 4 years ago, because I guess we were in Facebook jail or something. Not talking about the blog, I'm not talking about the actual blog platform, but I'm just saying just that link. So I'm just giving an example as far as Facebook has some certain type of restrictions, as well as all social media platforms. But when you have your own home base and your blog, you can share whatever you like to share. You can maybe link up particular blog posts using that as well. Perfect example, Patricia, you know this. Alicia and your Superwoman team, she's done that a couple times. Linked up some posts via Facebook and just when you go to the blogging platform, her blogging platform, she might go to say something as far as say, hey, if you go here or something like that within the platform, boom, it goes to her Facebook post or whatever particular post. Give me an example as far as what you can do using this platform. A whole bunch of cool ways, and as well as sharing it in groups as well. Other than again, this sharing your company link, why not have your own home base? So again, as we said a few moments ago, whatever happens within a Facebook community or whatever social media platforms with their restrictions or the rules too, your home base is good using the blog platform. So why not go lock forces with us? Then when you decide to lock forces, you can go and get your ticket as well and come meet us in Nashville, Tennessee. So that's where we were, if I'm not mistaken, almost a year ago. I think it was like 9 months ago where we last met up, and we got lost like crazy in the hotel. But it was great.
Is it the same hotel?
I don't think so. They haven't listed it yet.
Oh wait, say that again. Say that again.
I said, is it the
He was
same
asking
hotel?
if it's in
Well, I
the
don't
same
think we know
hotel.
yet. So.
The same hotel? Yes.
No,
it is.
they haven't listed it though.
They haven't yet?
No, they haven't.
But David said that it was going to be at the Gaylord.
He said so, but sometimes sometimes the company will go something different. They go to a different location. Because I remember one time, I remember that time in the first Vegas event, it was supposed to be in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. A month later, they switched over to Tennessee. So that's why we're kind of like holding on right now. Like this one, the past one, or it was not the Miami one, not this one last week, but the one in Orlando, they were more definite. But I remember leading up to the first Vegas event a year ago, it had switched over. So just stay tuned. It doesn't really matter what part of the world. It doesn't matter. I know I'll be there either live or live stream, so that's just cool. So again, that's just something to keep in mind too. Once you do decide to lock forces with us too, you can tell we have fun. We've had fun doing this, sharing information out as well too, and we just want to get what we can as far as best we can as far as sharing about using Facebook too, and then getting some momentum going for yourself, because you can't be again in the home-based business profession to be hiding behind the door. You gotta put yourself out there. If you're shy, just be straight up with you. It's probably not for you.
And the reason why people have to do this social engagement is because, I mean, they don't have to do anything, but if they're in business, it's important because that's how people get to know, like, and trust you, right? Because otherwise, when we go into a department store or another store, have you ever known the president or the CEO or owner of that store? Unless they're a small boutique, you know them. Right, but if it's a big company, I don't know who's the president of Macy's or the CEO of Macy's. Now, I used to be in the fashion industry, and I still don't even remember who. I didn't have that in my phone. Who is the president and CEO of Macy's or Bloomingdale's or all that? But I knew some of the buyers, of course. But the thing is, the average person doesn't know who that person is. They go in and they buy something or they get it on sale and then they walk out of the store. Well, we have our own stores, so to speak. We have our own online businesses. And we want people to know who we are because we want them to know that we're trustworthy, that we are in business because let's face it, they already think that online businesses are a scam. So how do we alleviate that fear? We know that we have been in this company for a long time. Most of us have gotten into this. I've been in it for 4 years, and we know that it has had its difficult metamorphoses and changes. However, this company is going to be around for a long time, and it affords us a way to make money online. And for us to reach out to our customers, we use social media, and primarily Facebook. There are all the other platforms out there, but as we mentioned, you have to engage with people in order to get them to buy from you, to know, like, and trust, and buy your products.
Yeah, so look forward to hanging out in Nashville in a couple of weeks or months or whatever, and get out a little bit more and create some more crazy stories that we can talk about on these hangouts.
Exactly. And that's how we met, guys. We all met, actually, I didn't know Neil or Ian, or Andre before we met at the events, right? We had never chatted online, did we?
Yeah.
Never.
I met Andre and Ian in Vegas, and I met you, Patricia, funnily enough, Nashville.
In Nashville, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, it's true, because I met Ian via Facebook using a video, because it was funny because we're in the same team, but obviously not financially to get tied together. But he did one, I kid you not, this is a year and a half ago. He did one video in our Facebook group that we're part of, and I'm good with faces. So, I mean, if I can see your picture one time, I'm going to remember you if I come across you, if in the middle of a street or something, I'm like, wait a minute, I know I've seen before. Too. So when I saw Ian, it was basically the rest is history. So met him in Orlando, like I said, it was a year and a half ago, October 2014. I was like, oh, what's going on, man? You're Ian. He just looked at me like, what in the world? But again, that goes back to it. You never know who's watching.
It's so funny when you go to events and random people who you don't know come up to you because they've seen something that you posted online and they found it curious and they come up and it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You feel like a rock star, right?
Exactly.
Inspiration comes at the most random times.
Another quick thing as well, Neil. Before we got started here, I know you. I don't know if you still have it up. Your blog post that you had mentioned earlier too. I don't know if you just wanted this to show off that post. You know, it's as far as this as far as the layout for what you had. Because I mean, it changes. It changes for whoever theme you want too. But his theme is pretty cool. What I like though, like I guess it was the cover photo that kind of caught my interest. What he mentioned, the cover,
that one,
the cover photo of Facebook.
But yeah, I mean, basically, this is just doing exactly so. It's talking about growing your business through social media, and you know, just scrolling down. So it's basically just in this case, it's actually talking about Twitter. So there's over Twitter averages over 300 million active users a month. Facebook, at this present moment, at the time of speaking, would have been last year. 1.4 billion people use Facebook every single month. And, you know, there's just a few simple little snippets that you need to do, and we've already spoke about it tonight. So, you know, interact with your people. You know, so when you post a video, you post a image or whatever it is you post. You know, make sure that the people that like it, you're reaching out to them, and just, you know, in some cases you could ask and you say, hey, I'm just curious, what was it you liked about the video or my blog post? Or if it was just an image, then maybe you could just say thank you for liking my image. Or, you know, you could even ask, what did you like about it? You know, did you find it funny? If it was one of those kind of blog posts, images that you posted. But, you know, it's all about interaction, because, you know, that's why it's called social media. You know, and we always talk about expand your reach, but that's only possible by people commenting, liking, sharing, and you know, interacting with your post. The more people that like it, the more EdgeRank that it gets. I don't think they actually use EdgeRank anymore. I could be wrong whether or not they still use that, but like what Patricia showed when she was pointing out a few of her posts, she was talking about how many people it can actually reach. Facebook won't show your posts to every single one of your friends. You have to earn that right, and that is, you know, Patricia, Andre, Ian, you know, and Aaron, who's not with us. We're all one team, and basically, you know, any post that I see of Ian, I like, and same with Patricia and Aaron and Andre, and we're all the same in that respect. So any post that I see, I know, you know, it's automatic that I'm gonna get to see Andres and Patricia's and Ian's and Aaron's, because we're all one team. But I won't see many people who are my friends who post who maybe I don't like their stuff, because it doesn't strike out to me. It doesn't make me curious. It isn't part of what it is I'm looking for, or what it is that I'm doing. So, you know, it's all about interaction, and if you haven't got interaction, then, you know, social media isn't really going to work for you. And the most important thing of all, and that is basically keeping your approach consistent. That is the key word, and that won't matter whatever platform you use, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, YouTube, won't matter. That is the number one thing for anything: consistency. If you're not doing things consistently, you haven't got a business. It's as simple as that. And, you know, I've actually got I don't know if this is actually talking about Twitter, so we'll leave that one for another day. But it is basically, it boils down to those three things. So being consistent, expanding your reach, but that is only possible by interacting with your customers. Two key points: interaction and consistency. You need to be both, and if you're doing that, that's what social media is all about. So I will send it back to you, Andre.
All right, all right. Any other parting words before we get going here for this evening?
I just had one other quick thing to share. When you guys are doing your, if you want people to see your posts in the news feed, or you want your friends to know, from periodically go to your friends list. I just want to try to share this real fast, and then we can go. I'm going to share screen again as well, and I'm sure here goes. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Okay. I have 2,177 friends so far, and most of them, do you see where it says, like, with the little star right there, and you see when you hover over that, it'll say get notifications or close friends. So if I uncheck that, and I uncheck that, then, well, see, it's still saying that it's checked. But that's what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to say get notifications so you can see them. And if remember, Facebook again only shows you 6 or 7% of all of your friends. They don't show me all 2,000 some odd friends. So sometimes I'll say, well, how come I haven't seen a friend's post lately? It'll dawn on me, oh, I haven't seen, have they been posting? And sure, I will go to their wall and find out, oh man, they got tons. They post like 4 or 5 times a day, right? Or maybe they'll post at least once a week, but I'm not on Facebook 24/7, so maybe I will have missed that post, but it never has notified me that I got a post for them. So I always put close friends. Now, how many close friends can you have on Facebook? I don't know, but Facebook says, well, you can only maybe have 5 or 10 people that you want to call close friends. You can't have all 2,166 people as close friends. But if you want to see these people in your news feed, not only do you have to do that, but you have to engage with them. Or not even, see, there's Ian, not even that, but I have all of these people. See, all of these people, I haven't even gone through all of the 2,000 people, but just clicking on them from time to time, say like clicking on, I haven't seen any of his posts. So let's see what he's posted. See, February the 1st, okay, which was, today's the 5th, right? I never saw this post from him. But then again, maybe it was in my notifications and it went by at the time he posted, and I never saw that. Not that I keep abreast of what he's doing all the time, January 29th. So he's not posting that often. But there's, Terrence and Tissa, who I know both of them, and I'll just hit like. Okay, I haven't liked any of his stuff. So maybe now, since I've liked him, his post may show up in my news feed. Now, do I need to see everything from him all the time? Not necessarily, because we don't really interact that much anymore. But we still are in Empower Network. So that's what I do. Let me go back to here, and can you guys see me now?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's what I do. That's how you can get to see your people. Go back every periodically, and even if you pick 5 friends to go back and just, hit up the like button, and of course maybe leave a comment on something that they have, and then they'll start to interact, because don't forget, it's not just them that's going to see your post, it's their friends of friends of friends if they have their settings that way. And you'll never know where your new lead will come from. Of course, they will like something that you've posted, you hope, but it could be a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend. Yeah, and then you have a new sign up. You just never know.
Yep, that is so true. So Again, we're going to be back here at the same time, same place next week at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So it doesn't matter what part of the world. It'll be at 11 p.m. over there in the UK or 3 p.m. Pacific Time out there. We'll be back same time, same place. And just stay tuned because we already shared exactly what we're going to be talking about. So just have to stay tuned exactly what we're going to be sharing with you guys. So with that being said, we'll see you guys in the next Hangout.
Take care, guys.
Bye, guys.